All right, guys. Well, as you can see, it turned out to be a lot bigger than I would have thought. You know, Cedar usually is a lot of surface roots, pushes over. But, you know, my buddy that cut this thing down, he did make the comment that he had never seen a cedar tree that short, but that thick. So, I mean, it definitely had a root system. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this up. It's getting dark, but I'm going to come out here and I'm going to clean this up over the next few days. Get all the big stuff out of it. And then I'll scrape the dirt back and then trim them roots back where it don't interfere with my lawnmower. And then we'll haul all this stuff away. But yeah, okay, so it took a combination of both tractors. As you've seen in the video, it took some work. This bad boy was in there. I am really shocked. So it was not playing along with us at all. I'll bring in some dirt from the other side of the property that I got and backfill it in and level it out. I'm not too concerned because remember, we're dropping it right there's the edge, and we're going to take maybe 8 to 9 inches off of this anyway. So, you know, I ain't going to get it perfectly level because we're just going to come in and plane this out here. This is the next section of the yard we're going to be doing. All right, guys, with all that being said, excuse the hair, excuse the sweat. It is just hot. We went in at 2 o'clock. It was so hot, we couldn't even stand anymore. Starting to get a headache. This heat is no joke this year. We went in, cooled down, and that and came back out at 6 o'clock, you know, when it cooled down a little bit more, because the heat index was still at 100 and something, 100 degrees at that time. At 6 o'clock, it was still 100 degrees heat index. So the TYM, okay, let's go over this. Okay, so at first, I wasn't that impressed with the backhoe on this thing. And I'll tell you why. I thought that size of backhoe and that would have been much stronger. But it wasn't the backhoe. What I learned was it was the Stump. The Stump, which is way more than that backhoe or this backhoe, or probably anything but an excavator, big excavator, could have handled. And no mini excavator would have done much better. And I've worked them, so I know. But so far, I like the TYM. I am impressed. It's very smooth. The backhoe functions on it is extremely smooth, very fast, very responsive. When you tap the control, it's gone. It's there. It reminds me of commercial equipment. It functions much the same response time as commercial equipment. So a big old John Deere or you know, a Case or something like that, Yanmar, commercial equipment or construction equipment. So after I work it for a while, probably get at least 100 hours on in that, I'll decide the end result of that. But most likely, I am going to end up keeping that tractor. You know, it's a really nice, very comfortable driving. Very comfortable, plenty of platform room. You're not squeezed. The only time I feel squeezed is when I forget to lift my tilt steering up because it literally lays in your lap, which I love if you're doing front end loader work. It just drops right down in there. So, but you can't get out, you know, unless you tilt the steering wheel up because it lays so low. So, but like I said, I like that feature. Reminds me of my old Lincoln. But anyway, this is John with Louisiana Tractor Works and Projects, and guys, we'll get this cleaned up, and this is the first video of working the backhoe, and I want to thank Roberta, my wife, for getting up here and taking the challenge of doing her first backhoe work. How did you like it, Mom?
Oh, I liked it.
You liked it? Come on here.
I liked it. Just have to get a little bit more, you know, use it. My first time ever doing it, more use of the bucket and
the curl and all that, and we will. You know, it was getting hot, and I was getting a little impatient because the heat and the headache was coming on. So that's when I was like, you know what, before I say something stupid or get too angry or anything like that, it's time to cut it off because this is my wife. This is not one of the guys on the crew. You know, I'm not going to get mad at her because she don't know what she's doing, because she's never been on one. I don't expect her to know anything about this thing. And so it was time to go cool off and that. And yeah, she did wonderful. She's learning really fast. And how'd you like the controls? Were they very smooth and that scene?
Very fast.
Very fast, very fast. Of course, you're going to see the ding-a-ding in the video there where she kind of bumped the Massey. But look, guys, look, the Massey, as you've seen, you know, that's a powerful little tractor for its size. But in the end, you know, on a massive scale, on a large scale stuff, you know, that TYM did an excellent job. excellent job of it. And I think I'm going to like it. I think she's going to like it too. The Massey's a little tricky on the backhoe. It's not as fast, and it's not as, it's not as responsive as that sucker there. But I think if she plays on the Massey more, gets used to it, then jumps over, it'll be a much easier transition to that one because it works so much faster. All right, guys. So we'll see y'all on the next one.